HeartBeam has developed a system that can be used by patients at home to help their physicians assess whether or not the pain that they are feeling is a myocardial infarction. And so with me is the founder CEO of the company, Branislav Vajdic, with HeartBeam, to talk about this company, which as I was reading about it, I was like, gosh, what a practical solution to this. So welcome, and tell me, let's start with how you decided to start HeartBeam.
Great. Well, thank you for the opportunity. I'm very glad to be here today. Looking at the problem of heart disease, the time factor associated with reaction time to that condition, heart condition, is of essence. So based on my background, I'm a chip designer by background, worked for Intel Corporation, and I co-invented flash memory. But I had a personal story. My father was a physician, and one afternoon, he did not feel well. He had chest pain, and he attributed that to the indigestion. Unfortunately, we lost him 2 hours later to a heart attack. So that was also a factor when I decided to leave Intel and look into cardiovascular space. And specifically, before I started HeartBeam, I looked for the solution for that chest pain patient outside of a medical setting. What technology is out there, and turned out there was no technology out there that would help a heart patient with a potential heart attack actually get an advice. So that was the motivation for starting the company. We invented a way how to detect a heart attack with a simple credit card size device that's always with the patient. That device is capable of detecting heart attack based on its 12-lead capability. If you look at Apple Watch and other technologies out there, they have a 1-lead capability, single-lead ECG capability that's not sufficient to detect a heart attack.
Interesting. And this solves a lot of problems. It's cost effective in terms of medical care. It, of course, could save lives, save doctors' time. So where do you see cardiac care headed in the future? More tech driven, or how do you see things?
Yes, I definitely see a clear trend. And the trend is the diagnostics and care actually are moving to the patient. Slowly, in medicine, nothing is overnight. But the trend is very clear and was accelerated by COVID, where we have now a clear direction that patients will be seen in so many ways in a telemedicine environment. And having diagnostic information about that patient that's any place, anywhere, is of the essence. So that's very clearly a trend. And looking at cardiovascular disease, we know specifically for that heart attack that about every 40 seconds, a person in the United States suffers from a heart attack, and there are about 18 million people that are very high risk of having a heart attack. So it is a huge problem. And the flip side of that problem is that many people rush to the emergency room for no good reason. They just have some sensation in their chest, and they rush to emergency room. And that problem is also very well defined. It's about $10 billion invasive healthcare dollars. So if we can diagnose, if physicians can diagnose that patient remotely, a life will be saved, and wasted healthcare dollars will be saved.
And it's really interesting what you say about we're going to have more kind of devices to monitor ourselves. So that's already starting to happen. So it makes sense. Where does HeartBeam then fit into all of that?
Well, let me just point out the market for detecting a heart attack outside of a medical facility is huge. There are about 18 million people that out there are at risk, and we are offering a solution that is with the patient 24/7, and that will make a big difference in people's lives. That fear factor they live with, if they know that they are at risk of heart attack, will be significantly reduced. Healthcare dollars will be saved by our solution. So overall, all the stakeholders in this healthcare system stand to benefit from our technology.
What is next for HeartBeam?
We are in the process of getting our first product through the FDA clearance process. We are close to finishing that process. And secondly, we are supplying another FDA clearance application pretty soon for our telehealth product as well. So we are looking at 2023 as a very significant year where we will have 2 clearances, we believe, for our 2 products. First, commercialization traction, coupled with publishing the papers about our technology, about our novel technology, obtaining more patents. So all in all, 2003 for us will be a very significant, we believe, very positive year.
How can somebody find out more about HeartBeam, either as a customer or an investor?
Well, the first stop is our www.heartbeam.com website. And secondly, we do speak to at many conferences, and we are very much open to investor interaction as a management team. So there are many channels that public and investors can find out about us.
All right. Well, thank you so much for sharing this, Branislav. This was fascinating and seems like a very useful product.
Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Thank you.